Good morning, everybody. It's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. Thank you so much for joining me. It is lovely to have you here. It is Friday, which means it is the day for the covers series, the fabric covers series that I'm doing. And today it's going to be the lacy boho one. So this is what you've all been waiting to see. Here it is. Just a selection of yeah, all the lovely floofiness that I own. Yeah, I just love collecting it, to be fair. So shall we get on? So I've got I've sorted it out and taken it out of plastic bags. I keep them in lots of little plastic bags. So let me just tell you roughly what I've got. Now these are just bits and pieces. They're not, you know, the big pieces that I've got mainly, apart from odd things like, you know, doilies here. So I've got some I guess they're in kind of size order. Some pieces here that are of a certain size, fabric and lace. Handkerchiefs. Handkerchiefs are a great way to go if you don't have, you know, a lot. Ladies' handkerchiefs, lacy or pretty ones. If you don't have a lot of fabric to pull from there, you know, you can get those in the charity shops really cheap. So yeah, so it's, I don't know, they're just of a size, I guess. And then I have got, so these are all my bits and pieces, you know, from cutting up lace and fabric and things. I'll take that out. That's a strap off the bridal dress. Looks beautiful. Wedding dress. Yep, so I've got bits and pieces. So I've got them in like smaller pieces, medium. I think they're medium, they're small, and then long. Lots of long pieces there. I have brought out just a couple of doilies, crochet doilies. I have got some pretties, some pink pretties, you know, bits and pieces. They're all bits, they're not big, you know, lengths that want using up. I brought a biggish piece from the wedding dress again. I thought that might make a nice statement on it. I have got here, these are my more vintage pieces of lace. Whether I'll put these on here, probably not. These are for a more yeah, sort of grungy, vintagey vibe than the boho. They're kind of go with those. I might though. Yeah, an old vintage blouse that I cut up. It's got some lovely lace pieces on it. Then these are my specials, what I call my specials. You know, just bits that I get from various places and love. Happy Mail, bought some on Etsy, not those necessarily. But this I absolutely adore. Love, love, love this. Use that very sparingly, even though it's quite a big piece. Yeah, I got this, isn't that gorgeous? That teacup and saucer. I got that from Angie, who's Weasel on Etsy and YouTube. Angie Beaumont, in a pack, a lace pack. Just gorgeous. They're going to be saved for Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, just lots of lovely, gorgeous pieces. I've had that for a while. I can't remember where it came from. I had more, but that's it now. Yeah, do you see what I mean about, I mean, the greens won't go on, but yeah, just my special pieces. Some of these are from the pack from Angie as well, and I just love them. Okay, let's put them back in there because I suppose they're like a plique type bits, but then again, so are some of these. Oops. I think they're just all off there. And then this was absolutely bursting at the seams, and it's time it was filled. This was just my pink laces, and yeah, not much left now in the pinks. That's a lovely one, isn't it? Let's get that one out. I think that's a bit too bright for this project. Let's get that one out. I'll just get a few out, I think, and then I can move this. Is that more of that bright one? I think it is. I don't mind an odd pop of bright, but I don't want too bright on it. Let's pull that one out. That's brightish, although I like that. The thing is, there's lots of it. I don't want to use too much of the big stuff. I tend to make these, you know, with my scrappy pieces as much as I can. Okay, so there's enough there, isn't there, to satisfy any fabric, any lace lovers requirements. So There's more than enough there. You don't need that much to make this. Trust me. I'm going to make 2. Not on camera, but I'm going to make 2 because I absolutely love them. And I've brought 3. Oh, yeah, 1 for a back. Or a front and a back, really, for this. And then I brought 1 to make another lacy front. Let's put that on there. Yeah, I made these in week 1 with you. Just literally covered the envelope with fabric. Simple as that. Big envelope with fabric. Glued it down with glue stick. Nothing more than that, because it will be stitched. So all I do from there, I mean, this couldn't be simpler, is I grab bits of lace and just start laying and moving them around. It is a bit of a... Let me move you this way a bit. I feel like, yeah, I'm trying to work too far that way. That's it. Yeah, sometimes they just all go. I put them down and they just go bish, bash, bosh, and it's done. And then other times I faff around with it all the time. Now, it could be more to do with, you know, what kind of crafting mood I'm in rather than, or creative mood rather than. So I'm going to move some bits to the right-hand side of me. Now, I try to start with some thinner, plainer pieces and do a bit of coverage. And this is where I often get pieces out and then think, oh no, I'm saving that for a better use, which is me all over like that. Because the bottom layer, you know, is quite often covered over. I want it to be pink, so the oranges I don't want in, but some of this one, it's got blue, but it's got a lovely pink flower in it. So once you've done the first cut, it's easy. Oh, the rip isn't. The cutting of the pretty things up is sometimes hard. That's better. I just like the odd shapes you get when you rip. Well, when I rip. Okay, so just getting a few pieces down initially. Now I'm going to hang that over because it's got a pretty edge. I do need to bear in mind that I'm going to be sewing here, so I don't want anything with like sequins or buttons or anything that will jam in the machine, really. You know, something like this. If I wanted that across the bottom, that would have to be either glued on or stitched on by hand after I'd put the rest of the cover together. Gorgeous, that, isn't it? Okay, so it is literally just grabbing things and starting to layer. And like I say, this bottom layer is always the hardest one for me, just because, you know, I don't like anything covered up. I guess if I just put, I mean, you could just put, I mean, this is newish, this doesn't bother me, you know, covering it over. You could just put something like this, a full piece like this. I don't even know if it will rip. Oh, it will. I will go back in and glue it in places, and then I will stitch. I think I might as well use all that up, hadn't I, seeing as it's cut. Yeah, then I'll go back in and stitch with the machine, and then anything that needs to, no, I'll stitch by hand anything that the machine won't reach, and then I will go in and, you know, sew the 2 pieces together with the machine. So yeah, don't really know what I'm doing now, other than just offering different pieces of fabric down. That will show to some degree, but not a lot through. That's quite nice hanging over. I'll put a little bit off. I need to move it to the little bits of bag. And when I've used a piece of fabric, I'm moving it to the edge so that I don't reuse it initially. I'm not that precious that I won't use the same piece of fabric somewhere else. I'm liking the white vibe on the back of this. What have we got here? That's a nice plain piece. I don't like that strip there on it. I'm just thinking that would be a nice piece to go across there. It's got a bit of something showing. Of course, we've got the nice fabric down anyway, so you know, it doesn't matter if any of that's showing through all your layers of lace. Let's go for some pinks on the bottom, shall we now? This one's always a good... Yeah, I need to think really about my spine going down there. You know, I don't mind odd pieces that will stop on it, but I would like the base to kind of go across. Maybe some old doily. This is a vintage doily, I'm thinking. Oops. It's been laundered a few times by the looks of it, this. Yeah, that's nice. Nice across there. Right, I think I've got the base done now. It's just a matter... And you see how little actually that used, because these were kind of the bigger pieces that I was saying were for my base. Yeah, and I've used very, very few of them, haven't I? I'm thinking I'd like this on here. I've had this out a while on my desk, so... See, this is what gets me. I'm like, I want that on show, but it can't be on show. Everything can't be on show. Yeah, so a little bit goes a long way. Right, let's try and make this more pinky than vintage, is what I'm thinking. Where's the end of view? This piece wants to grab onto everything, that's it. Have I found an end? Yes, but I've taken all that with me. Yeah, this does happen, especially if it... I mean, it is my first project today, but if I've already been crafting and I've got bits of glue on my hand or bits of glue on the table. Oh, I love a piece of this as well, like net tooly stuff. Let's have that down there. You can always trim the ends off afterwards. It's just a nice base. I do like it to have a bit of weight when I've created it. I keep them in because I'm thinking while I'm crafting. Don't know what's the right side there, that one I think. Just cut it to size. I'm going to have it down this edge, I think. My cover. I like my cover to have a nice weight. Yeah, so I'm mixing vintage and new here. Where's that great big piece of wedding dress? Just offer it up and see if that is still what I'm thinking. Now I know you don't always have a big piece like this, so you know, you don't have to. You can just put lots of little. But I was just thinking. Yep, it's definitely too big, so I'm going to cut it around in a shape that kind of goes. I don't cut you. Sort of corner to corner, perhaps there. Oops, you're alive, aren't you? Come on, play the game. And actually, the fact that it starts wrinkling up like that when you sew it adds to the texture even more. Do we like it with that pink? I probably should have glued by now my bottom layer down. Perhaps across the spine and the back like that. That's nice, isn't it? Right, now I think I just want little, you know, bits dotted around. So things like this, I'll just put them here so that or just put them down and then decide where they're going. A nice piece of pink. Trying to get some of the frilly edges over the edge, but not all of them. You do want some in the middle. See, I've completely hidden that beautiful piece there. Didn't really want to. I'm going to take some more of this off. This is the fight I have with myself. And sometimes I sit and play with it for, you know, a day or so before I actually put it together. I am just sitting down and doing this with you. I like that under there, I think. Kind of straight away. I just thought if I sit and play with it too long, I won't really show you the true way I make them. Bit of that on there, I think. Yeah, You can see how I've got way too much choice here, can't you? Now that is a completely different pink to that, but maybe I want something under there that's a bit pinky. I'll put some of this bright so that I've got lots of different. Yeah, that's good. Now I've got lots and lots of different, so I'll just cut a piece off and then decide what I'm going to do with it. Under, I think. Under there. Whoops. I don't know if those daisies are staying there, but aren't they gorgeous? I'm not sure if I'm near enough for you to... Is that better? Hope so. To see it all. I know you can't see all the laces. This gorgeous bow that I've had for ages. I think Tanya might have sent me that. That will need stitching on at the end, I think. See, I haven't touched anything like this. Maybe something over there. Over part of this. And it is just offering things up. Nope. Some more of that. No. Let me just have a dig through. It's just finding some inspiration. Of course, I haven't been through my bag of pretties yet, have I? But yeah, I'm guessing you can see now just how far a little bit of lace will go on these covers. Come on. Where is those beauties? Is this them? Yeah. Try not to move that, but I'm looking for something to... That's got sequins on it. You can see it's from a different dress to that. That is beautiful. It's just too vintagey for the, you know, the rest of the look of the... Whoops, what am I losing there? In my opinion, that's why I'm not choosing it. I'm just trying to tell you why I'm not choosing it. This one. This is a beauty. No. What's this? Oh, this frill's lovely. And it's got... What hasn't it got on it? The trouble is the camera is now in my way, and I can't really... You can't get the same view. Is that too much, do we think? Do you miss it when it's gone? That's the thing. I think I do. I really should have stuck some down by now. Thinking it's just a little bit too long, and I need to save a bit. Kind of need to see it upright as well. So we're still missing something here. Now I've got this lovely... This is more the colour of this, so perhaps I ought to bring some of this in over here. Not all of it. It's a kind of a cotton... I think this is probably vintagey. I don't know. Sort of ribbon lace. Just put a bit down there. It kind of brings this colour over. I know I only put that there, but I do like it there. Okay, put that back in your pretties. Something like that. Bring a cream in. It is toning that down a bit now as well, isn't it? That's quite nice across there. Yep, like that. Okay, let me... Oops, step back and see. Yeah, Denise, you really need to start gluing. Just hold some bits in place. And again, you can go on and on and on. I just feel I need something under there. Right, perhaps not from there. From over here. I loved that as well, look. I wonder if... Let's cut it down. Don't cry. That might be nice. Peeping through there. And again, I'm hiding other lace as I do it. It's hidden. That way then. And then this one further over. Excuse me. I still didn't get anything in there, did I? That will probably move again when I stitch it or glue it. Yeah, I feel that the middle needs something now, so I'm looking at just kind of lace, I think. Bring just any ordinary lace with me. I don't think I did. I only brought the fancy stuff. Let's look at these long strips then. I've got some of this creamy. I might just bring another colour in. No. So perhaps some of that underneath. Yes, you would want it underneath, wouldn't you? Or do I? Shall I just go, you know, kind of... What's the word? Random? Yeah, that's better. Actually, I like that like that. Love this little thing. Oh, where can you go? On there? On there, maybe. And then, you know, just bits. Add bits and pieces now. Tiny little bits and pieces. Where have they all gone? It's nice. Oh, you're a cute piece. Maybe. Perhaps something up here. What's this? Sorry, if you're just getting my arm there. No, I want something a bit more random. That's nice. Maybe a pop of this multicoloured lace, because I've got these multicoloureds down here. I'm thinking up here, so under there. Yeah. Now, as I sew it and glue it, things will not stay in straight lines. I've got quite a few straight lines there. Some will, but some won't. Some will move, and that's kind of what I want. So, yeah, that's it. Now, everyone does turn out completely different when I make them, obviously, because I'm using different things, but, you know, they just feel completely different. How can I explain that a bit more? Yeah, like I haven't followed the same pattern for them. Does that make any sense at all? Probably not. Now, I don't want to Fabri-Tac. Just wondering if I can do like this for the bottom, where I'm going to sew with my machine, because it does make a mess of your needle. I don't want any thick particularly. I definitely don't want it showing on the top layers. I just did that to try and get some of the bottom layers down. That doesn't need it because this lot will hold it in. And of course, everything will end up in a different spot now. Are you glued down? Yes, you are. Yeah, I should have opened my new Fabri-Tac thinking, but then I won't use this one up. It's right at the bottom. So even when I put it on its side, where were you? Peel the layers back, that's it. Right, it might show through there, but this will hold it down. I don't know if this was on the top or not, but oops. That's quite a big piece. yeah, and this is how it will all end up different, because it's not going back down. Was that under there? I don't think it's going back down as I had it, but that's fine. Might even be a positive. See, they move around and become much more random, which I prefer. So this is just to hold it still while I stitch. It's not, you know, it's not to hold it down. If you don't stitch, you might want to take a bit more time and spread your glue. Don't any glue on that. You know, more carefully. See, that's bent over now, and I quite like the way it has. These bits will be on at the end. Don't know where that one was now. I know people take photographs and then on the phones and then come back. Right, we know that's going up there. We know you're going on the top. Yeah, come back and follow the picture on the phone. I'm much more random than that and not that organised, and yeah, that isn't where pleasure would be for me. Because I love doing these. You can imagine it's a little bit different on camera because, you know, you're being watched. But yeah, when I make these, when I'm on my own, I just have great fun. Don't know if you're going to show through. You're just not coming out, are you? Come on. I know there's plenty in there. You're just being awkward because I'm filming. Lay down. That's it. Let's get that one, because that's going to hold all sorts on. Yeah, sometimes the lace is upside down, you know, so I tried to put the nice bit up top, but I don't stress about it too much. On the edges particularly, it doesn't matter, because you'll see the other, you know, the other side of them as well. Oh, that's it. Was it you next? Well, I don't know, but you're going to hold a lot down, because I can put glue on your embroidery. That's it. What went across there? It's you that's grabbing. That did. There you go. And even when I, you know, sew it and then hand sew it, I don't want everything, you know, glued down. I do want some bits that kind of flop about. What's going on here? That's that bent bit again, isn't it? They're a pain when you're sewing and making it, but when it's finished, you know, they're the bits that are yummy. Got threads of glue on me now. Okay, what else is going on? You are going on there. I think that's your right side. You were going on there. I had something across here, was it those? So I think this can go on. And if you have big bits when you're done, trim them off, you know, that offend you, for want of a better word. Like that. It might be a pain on the spine, so I can always go in and snip it once I've got stitches on some of the other pieces. Oh, come on. I'm determined not to open the new one for this, so just bear with me. Don't think, oh, no, I haven't been too long. I knew you were going across there. Where were you going? See, that's gone a lot higher up than it was, hasn't it? It wasn't right up there, that. It's going to get covered over if I'm not careful. So were you more over here? I think you were. Have I glued that down yet? No. Don't know if I still like that up there now. You see, now I've got that right up high. I'm not sure I do. And this is how it happens. Oh, this is nice. Oops, I just want a piece of the lace without the fabric on it. Yep, quite like that. I mean, I love this when I see it sitting there. Don't know. I'll just get some more of this down and then I'll have another play with it. Probably need to leave this stud on its head. I think I can put a bit on there safely. Come on. Maybe dried up with all the fabric bits on it. The nozzle. Yeah, that's better. I've now got a sticky finger though. Sticky finger and thumb. Have you over the top. So already it's a completely different piece to what it was when I had finished it. You know, if I started gluing. So yeah, and like I say, I do usually glue as I go. I don't know why I didn't. Okay, let's go back a step then. Take these bits off for now. So we'll go back on. I had this lovely piece up here, but maybe I want it further down. It's like the hem of a, I don't know if it was a dress or a curtain or a blouse. Don't know. Yeah, but I like that straggly bit. You're down now. Yeah, maybe going off at an angle. Oh, glue. Frustrating me, but not to the point that I'm going to open the new one. Not doing it. Okay, hold it that way up. Let me just, it's just going to run if I do that. Let's put this big piece down. Get some of these. Big globs off my glue. Going under and at an angle, yep. I've kind of got two centerpieces going on there. You were up there, weren't you? Something else was on there as well. Have I lost it? What's a piece of this? There it is. Where were you? I think you were under that pink one, weren't you? Let go of me. Don't like it now. I like that one on there. No. Oh, that's right, you were on there somewhere. Okay, and then it definitely is missing something there, is it that? I liked it originally, didn't I, on there? I wonder if that went that way. No. Just want something under it. But what? Some white lace. Oh, this might be the thing. It's see-through, but did I go all the way? Not quite. But it's there, if you see what I mean. I want to come in away from the edge with that because I don't want to get one of those, whoops. Right, I had this down here, which I quite like. It's just a piece of sari silk that will just go in when I stitch. Somewhere. And then those that crossed it, and some of those pretty pieces that I love. Okay, how are we looking now? still feel here I need something. It might be that we sew things on afterwards. I mean, I could put one of those front and, oh, now, front and back. Right, I think that's, yeah, I think that's done it for me. I want something here. Oh, I had this, didn't I? Okay, anything else? I think I might be there. Didn't use anything out of these bits, did I? Did love that. This was a piece that came from Angie as well. No, it doesn't go in there. Another one of my favourites. Oh. Okay, I'm going to stop. As you can probably gather, I could go on and on and on with it. Especially considering all this beauty that I've got out on my desk. I just want to play with it. Oh, there's a piece that I was having somewhere. Were you going in there? You're going to hide me little... Okay, you underneath, you on top, and then you. So I've got a piece of my hanky still showing, look. Yeah, okay, so all I've got to do now, glue the top pieces on, and then I will, yeah, I'll do some stitches over it, and then I'll stitch onto here, and I'll be back to show you. It's nearly all machine stuff now, apart from the sticking. So, and I've been a little while, so I'll get that stitched on and together on there, and then we'll have a look at it. Okay, but I didn't show you as bling, so this won't go on until I've actually stitched it. But I'm going, you know, I go in my drawer and get some bling out. So I found this lovely vintage necklace that I just bought recently. I'm going to put that on there. Love this. I've not got much of this left, but I'm thinking some of that on the front there would be beautiful. Want a little bit on the back, so I've got just these 3 pieces here, which I thought, and I will just probably, I might stitch them on, stitch or glue, but just so there's something pretty on the back there. A little bow. I never even thought about my bows. But I will sew it. It looks a bit upside down made, doesn't it? Wonder why that is. Shouldn't you be more down there? It is a bought one, so it's not one I've made. Okay. Well, yeah, it might come down here because I've got not got much pink going on down here, have I? And then these 3 lovely buttons. I might only put 2 on. I don't know. They'll go on the front somewhere, just because you know, they're a bit fat for sitting the book neatly on its back. Yeah, probably just a couple. Fairly close like that. Okay, so yeah, the bling is added last as well, stitched and glued. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so just to show you before I actually stitch the 2 sides together, I have stitched some lace on the bottom of the inside, which will, well, it'll go that way, won't it? But it'll make a pocket in the in the centre. And I have stitched not too much, look, just you know, here, there and everywhere. Remember, I'm going to go all around the outside, so I didn't do anything on the outside. You know, this is all loose. I'm going to stitch that as I stitch it onto here, like this. It's got some nice weight to it. I did wonder about the middle there, but I'm going to sew the signature through. And it's, oops, you know, it's thick enough, I think, to sew a signature through without putting anything else on it. Remember, it's got all the other bling to be glued on as well, so I'll stitch that together now and then we'll have a look at it. Okay, and here it is. I had to make myself stop adding things to it. Yeah, I think you can add too much. So I've glued this across here. That's dry-ish, I think, but you know, I've only been 2 hours from start to finish, so you know, probably should have gone a bit slower, but I just wanted to get it done and over to you to see. And I've glued those on, so you know, they need a bit longer. stitched that on. I should really have stitched this on before I stitched the whole thing round. I forgot, so I've had to go through the top, but I've managed it. It's not come through. And the same with this button, but I only went for one. And I also stitched that on the front there. I just felt I wanted some of this wedding dress trim on the front, and I felt I'd kind of covered it all up. So yeah, I just stitched a little bit down there. That's it on the back. I didn't put the stitch up the middle this time, but the signature will hold it in. And yeah, I thought it would be nice if you saw the whole thing made into a journal. So I have brought a signature, just pages from my stash, and while I had the machine out, I felt something then. There it is. I just stitched some of the same laces down the side, so I'll just quickly show you it. But yeah, a bit of linen trim there, just because I think some lace would be nice stuck out the edges of the pages as well. I mean, you could really go to town and put, you know, lots of frilly lace on every edge, but I just grabbed a few bits off the table. I love this. I'll be doing that again. So that's wedding dress satin material, and it was just a piece that was heading for the bin. I put it in my scraps and I just stitched it on there. I love it. Definitely be doing that again. So yeah, it's, you know, just random pages out of my ready to go selection. Some digital, some just plain pink, some coffee dyed. You know how it goes. Just put that lovely, I just thought it was sweet, part of that. You can leave that on there. You can even see a stain on it. Look, vintage handkerchief. It has been washed several times. As a pocket there. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's as much as I did. So, you know, it's got a bit of a frilliness about it. And I thought in there, you know, just for you to see. Now, it could be a 2 or a 3 signature one, this. I mean, I'm just going to make it a one signature. I want it to, I've not put a closure or anything on it, so I want it to, it is quite weighty. I want it to, you know, kind of hold itself closed. So let's do that. Let's kind of mark the middle then, because I haven't done that. Squash the envelopes a bit so we find a natural centre. So I wanted it soft. I didn't put a spine in it, and I've just brought some pink wax thread, and I can decide afterwards if I'm going to leave it, you know, on show or cover it with some lace. It will show through the lace because it's bright pink. So, oh, I didn't bring a needle. I've got everything out but a needle. I'm hoping it's still here. It is. It was out anyway. Yeah, so there's another lovely when I've done it. Journal ready to go. I think I might have to start selling some of them, and yeah, without, what's the word, embellishing them, selling them naked as they are. If I get too many more, I will consider that. Okay, so it fits in easily, as you can see, and I have got all different size pages as well. Not too much different, but different. So, you know, I can just go ahead and stitch it in. There's nothing spoiling. Maybe could have put an envelope in there. Too late now. Too late. We're going through. Okay, now sometimes it is tough to get through all the layers of fabric, and they do close up on you. Be warned when you're doing this. So you do want a decent size hole initially. I like to use a blunt. Don't you move on me. A blunt needle, because with a sharp needle it would be too easy to go back through at a completely different, you know, place to what you've. That's a bit of a wonk. You know, gone through originally, where you have to go through twice, like in the middle. Okay, so I've lifted that little flap up. I don't know if you can see. Like I said last week, it's not a sewing in signature video. It's a make a gorgeous journal with me video. I'd love to know if you are, you know, going to have a go, especially if it's your first go at doing one like this. it's not the only way to make them. There are lots of other ways, and I do make them other ways. I do often do them when I've got lots of straight laces, just strips all the way across, you know, and sew it on a piece of fabric first and then glue the fabric. I'll maybe do one of those with you another day. Oops, I didn't mean to flap you back that far. Yeah, this is where I'm not going to get back through there. So what I need to do now is do it one by one. So let's go through this like you do when you've got a multi. Yeah, I think that's the bit that was hard to find. A multi-signature. You do not want to go back through, do you? Come on. You're not far off because I can feel you. That's it. And I think that was the problem. Oh, whether I've split my string and gone through it. I think the answer there is probably yes. Right, went through that one fine, look. So it was the cover. It's all those layers that cause the issues. So let's see what we've got. Oh, I'm not sure that we are attached. Let's see. No, we're free running. Well, that does surprise me. I did come through the same place. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should have put something a bit stronger in the middle. So one that way. Oh, I ought to check that they're nice and tight, really. It's hard to get them tight on a padded cover like this. And I will put beads because I love back dangly beads on this type of cover. Okay, so that's it. It's not laying flat as yet, but I don't suppose it will lay flat. Where's my... Yeah, you'd be happy if you received that, wouldn't you, as a journal? Well, I would. Just get these laying a bit flat. And we'll have another look at it. If you love pink or shabby or boho. Oh, yeah, see, look, that one, that page is morphed a little bit, but because they're all, you know, moved, it's moved. That's what I mean. Because they're all a little bit different sizes, it's okay. And of course, when I've covered it with various other things, it probably won't even show what all. Did I show you that pocket out of lace? I don't know. Yeah, fun to write in and fun to decorate. I think I put 14 pages in it, so it is quite a fat signature actually, and some of them are quite thick. That's a really thick page. You can see how it's folding over, how thick it is. Lovely. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it gave you some ideas of what to do yourself, or you know, you just enjoyed watching what I do. You have a different way, and yeah, thumbs up would be lovely if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you tomorrow for some book page makes. Have a lovely weekend. Bye for now.